All right, Southwest Florida, welcome back to Leap This Live. We're so excited that you stayed with us as we coming to you from in the heart of the African-American community in Dunbar in the city of Fort Myers. We're here on Martin Luther King Drive. There's no better place I'd rather have my television show than right here in Dunbar in the heart of Dr. Martin Luther King. After 30 years of doing this show, I'm so thrilled that these mirrors here have been painted. There are more to be painted, and we can bring our TV show out here and highlight this outstanding. For those of you who are on radio and can't see this on our radio show, just drive down ML King right next to McCullum Hall. We're so thrilled to have them here. Tiffany and Michael, pick up your mugs and let's bump you in.
Cheers.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Just sit them right there. I know it's your first time doing the bump in. Okay. That's a tradition at the show. Okay. I am so happy and so excited to read about what you guys are partnering on and what you're doing here. That's going to increase the opportunity for people to get onto home ownership. I think it's going to be affordable housing. Is it going to be for sale or rental? We'll get into that. But there's going to be a revolving line of credit to help developers to access capital that's being sponsored and put on by the City Community Redevelopment Agency under the leadership of Michelle Hilton Terry. Let's start with you on that, Mike. Just kind of summarize what that revolving line of credit is.
Sure. First we want to thank Michelle and her staff. Working in Fort Myers is a pleasure because not every community redevelopment agency has the foresight as Michelle and her staff do. But we partner with Michelle to build a program where we're providing lines of credit and construction financing to developers like Tiffany for developing housing in specifically the MLK and the Cleveland area CRA districts. They consist primarily of small multifamily projects, 1 to 20 units, to single family homes, to duplexes. What we do is we provide the financing, we provide technical assistance to younger developers to learn how to develop properly, to site select, to do zoning, to pick contractors to bid. And what our hope is, once these things are built, get them to a point that they're either sold to a worthy family or to rent it out in an affordable nature. Mm-hmm. And that can be then refinanced by a more traditional financing source. Then we can take that money again, multiply it, and do it for someone else.
Is there a dollar amount now in the revolving line?
Right now it's $1.9 million. It's $1.4 million for the Cleveland area district and $500,000 for MLK. But currently, and hopefully very soon, we've been having some very detailed conversations with local lenders who want to participate in this program. So we hope to take that 1.9 and multiply it hopefully to around $4 million.
Okay, so as a former banker, a former senior vice president, I don't see any reason why those bankers are not going to jump on this and add some money to that fund. They're going to scrutinize it a little more heavy, but they're going to jump on that. I'm sure you have some great conversation. Plus, you've already developed some conversation through Catalyst, some relationships. We had a few bankers here earlier today that I interviewed from Regions Bank. I wish I could have introduced
you. Oh, great.
But I'll get around to that. Yes, Tiffany, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
First of all, you became famous because you were in my swimming program when you were a little girl. All of my swimmers grow up and become successful. I don't remember all of you. You're taller than me now. Of course, I was 6 feet back then, 6'1", and you were a little Tiffany, and now you've grown up and made us proud. First of all, before we get into your development process as a real estate developer, let's go into your background. Where did you come from? You got that great education and so on.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised here. I went to Edison Park Elementary School, went to Fort Myers High School where I graduated, and then attended college at University of Central Florida where I got a BA in marketing and finance. And from there I've worked in insurance, I have a background in sales and marketing. I run my own e-commerce company, and I also work with brands with helping them bring direct-to-consumer products to market, as well as like helping them with digital ads, the branding, marketing, and influencers. So that's my background as far as
that's impressive.
As far as career.
Now, how does one with that background go from there to developing residential property and doing it right here in the city of Fort Myers?
Well, as I was like progressing and wanting to learn more about just like doing better like with investments, I had a friend that actually does like real estate investing, and my aunt does it as well. So learning from them, I was like, okay, I want to maybe like start real estate investing, get my own like rental property. And in the midst of doing that, I couldn't really find something that I liked. So I decided to try the process of new construction. And going through that process, I learned I really like bringing something from idea to fruition and really seeing something go up from the ground up. And so that's what like led me down the path of maybe I can do this like on a bigger level and develop more homes and just like make sure it's quality and affordable. And so that's what really kind of like started that whole desire to like learn more about development and implementing what I've experienced.
Well, we know you're going to do well.
Yeah, thank you.
We know that through the Catalyst process, mentoring you and the line of credit, that's going to give you access to capital that's always needed for people to do what you need to do. But what are some other things they're doing to enhance your ability to be successful at what you're doing?
I would definitely say that they have really helped in the area of mentorship and providing knowledge and wisdom. Every other week, Joe Benora has like Zoom calls that he hosts with myself and other upcoming developers just to really break down the process of development, providing us with like tools, training, information, and he'll even go into individual projects that each of us are working on just to give us like knowledge and things to think about that we may not have considered. Mm-hmm. And same thing with like Michael, this is like my first time working with Catalyst and doing this type of program, so he really helped me with all the questions that I had and just like being patient with me and also giving me wisdom and knowledge as to a better way that I can even structure my own business as I progress down the road of development. So I'm really thankful for the knowledge and wisdom that I'm receiving. I really feel like whatever it is you want to do, it's best to learn from someone who's been down that pathway. So they are really helping a lot in the mentorship, knowledge, wisdom area.
Mike, a lot of times you're going to be, I know you're dealing with all those spreadsheets and projections and pro formas and all these types of build out process, phase 1, phase 2, and all that kind of stuff as you go into doing the development process. Tell us the key thing that you want people to know in terms of how you're going to maintain affordability with these homes. And I want to make sure we say this. Are these homes in your revolving line of credit, are they going to be rental or for sale or a combination there too?
Sure, so it's a combination. It's really dependent on the situation. So a couple of our single family developments will be for sale, and more of our duplex and rental properties will maintain rental status. The way we ensure that it's affordable is that it's a requirement for each of our developers that receive funds from us execute what we call a land use restriction agreement. And that land use restriction agreement stays with the property for 10 years. And what it dictates is you can only rent it to a family that makes area median income of 100% or less. And to the extent that you chose to sell that property to an owner-occupier, a family, they also have to make in an annual salary 100% of area median income or less.
I see.
And that's for 10 years from the completion of the project. So for example, in Tiffany's, if she's done in 6 months, that's July of 2022, it will maintain affordability until July of 2023.
When we have a project, a line of credit that's aggressive like that, that's targeted like that in our community, that spawns a whole lot of opportunity. You as a part of a development team, access to mentorship and capital are very critical in this process, huh?
Yes, absolutely, because we want to guide younger developers. Sometimes we're working with developers who've done it a bunch and they don't really need much help from us, but I think the point for us is not only to help build single family and rental properties here, but also to help these developers do it again without us. Because eventually Tiffany's going to do so well and she's going to graduate beyond this program. It's going to make room for other people. And I think that helps spur on, just like these calls, more people join, more people get involved, they learn and they want to do it.
What are you motivated by, Tiffany, in this whole process? Are you motivated by getting people into affordable housing? Are you motivated by all that money that you're going to make one day? What motivates you?
Well, I'm from here, born and raised, and I feel like there's 3 pillars that really help a community to grow and thrive. And I feel like that's jobs, quality housing, and a strong community. And I feel like when those 3 things are working in tangent together cohesively, that's how a city can really grow and thrive. So for me, since I'm from here, it's always been my desire and dream to give back to where I'm from. And so that's why I have a passion to do development here, sow it back into my community, and hopefully teach other women like myself to get into this, because I don't see a lot of women who look like me in the lane of development. So I feel like this is just a great opportunity to really like open the door for others who want to get in this lane, because I didn't really know about it myself growing about it.
What advice do you give others who may be interested in blazing their trail like you?
I would say that mentorship is key. Mentorship is important for anything that you want to do. Find someone who's doing what you want to do and reach out to them. Ask for information, learn, grow as much as you can, because they'll be able to point you in the right direction. They'll be able to give you information and knowledge, and even help you to avoid mistakes that you may not have even thought about. So for me personally, anytime I'm experiencing something new that I want to do or learn and I don't even know where to start, I always pray, I ask God to lead me to the right person that can help me to gain knowledge and wisdom and information. And then before I know it, I'll start crossing paths to the right people. So I think that's for any industry that you do. Whatever it is you do, pray, see God, work hard, it'll come together.
I'm sure you'll be coming on the show in the future with some success stories. What do you have to say to the city of Fort Myers, the city of the Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency, all of the entities that have come together to make this type of a program available to our community?
I'm very thankful for them, bringing this program together and giving people like myself and others this type of opportunity, because I feel like it's needed. Fort Myers is, to me, a gem. It's beautiful, it's clean, it's a great city. So I just feel like alone there's just a lot of opportunities here that people may not even know about, but as us locals and people from here, we know how beautiful it is. So I feel like it's just a great opportunity. So I'm thankful.
Most important question, about how old were you when you were in my swim class?
I had to be little.
Like 8, 7?
Probably around like 6 or 7.
Third grade, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the stars?
I know. I mean, I had thousands of y'all come through there, and I'm so proud of all of you who've gone on to success. Mike, I want to wrap this up. I want, one, how do other people access what you're doing? How do they get in the program?
Well, I would first reach out to us via our website. It's catalystimpact.org.
Okay, we have that on the screen.
Great, happy to provide all our contact information, and just know that this is not just our profession, but it's our hobby. We love being in Lee County. We love talking about transactions. We love talking about development. And so just to encourage everyone that if you have questions, you don't need to be perfect. Sometimes there's a fear that you need to approach us in a certain way, but just come to us with an idea. Happy to have the conversation. We really enjoy what we're doing.
At this point, we're sort of seeing like the culmination of the launching, and things are happening. But I would assume that at least a year ago or so, the process of making this come to fruition had to work its way through the government bureaucracy. Right. So how long has this process been going on from the genesis until where we are today?
And that's a credit to the Fort Myers CRA, the Fort Myers government, county of Lee County. Really, it was actually pretty quick. I think we slowly progressed. So we were helping the city and the CRA distribute COVID relief funds. And through that process of collaborating with them, we talked about ideas and how we could spur development on. And so we worked in tandem with them with sort of availability of funds they had, and they moved quick. I really hope that everyone understands, and I think there's a focus on Lee County, but not understanding all the other counties out there, how forward thinking, how aggressive the city is, how aggressive the CRA is. It's really a credit to the community.
And speak to my swimmer as a mentee, how she is a mentee.
Oh, she has been absolutely fantastic. I think that she's fearless. She's very smart and organized, and she brings a level of intensity that makes you want to match her, and it's very refreshing. It gives you energy to do your job every day, so I appreciate what she does.
Tiffany, what will you use as your barometer to feel like you've been successful at what you're doing? When these things happen, you can say, hey, I'm being successful here.
I think when I drive around and I see the homes that are built, and I see that families have either moved in or it's a family's first new home, when I see that, then I'll feel like, okay, I'm seeing the fruition of my dreams.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you how it's going to even be more successful. When your first family moves in, they're going to be sitting right there. You're going to be sitting right there, and we're going to be talking about it. You watch.
That's great. Cool.
Y'all just make that y'all goal, and we're gonna continue to highlight this program. I think it's excellent. Thank God we got something like this in the community.
Thank you.
For those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those who are doing it. And as always on this show, Miami has the oranges, but Fort Myers got the juice.
Oh, I like that.
And this is the juice. All right, we'll be right back.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello everybody, this is Lee. I'm so glad that you watched that particular show, and if you enjoyed that show, we got other shows like that. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch Lee Pitts Live on demand anytime, and also hit us up on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live, and there you go.